special at all.
Sugar dismissed existing home computers as pregnant calculators. His computer would be what he called a mug's eyeful, to include, unusually for the time, its own monitor.
Wouldn't it be nice if your home computer was ready to use as soon as you got it home? And wouldn't it be wonderful if it came with its own green screen or full-color monitor so you didn't have to steal the television to use it? The Amstrad CPC 464, the complete home computer.
Behind the slick marketing image, Amstrad had a rather different face. When Sugar's computer was launched in 1984, the company moved to this no-frills block in Brentwood, Essex.
My heart just sunk when I saw that building, and then when I got up onto the 8th floor and saw the desks, the carpet, the windows, wow. I was really staggered, and I realised this guy was only focused on cost, nothing else.
Thomas Power is an entrepreneur who says he learnt his trade from Alan Sugar. But when he was hired by Amstrad, aged 21, he found he'd joined the school of hard knocks.
He sat in the middle, and we all sat round the edge in a circle. You're in an environment of terror, it's very intimidating, and there's no respect for what you're doing at all. And, you know, for the first few weeks I thought, what the hell have I done? You know, why have I come here? Am I completely mad?
My desk was here. It wasn't really the middle of the office, but let's say it was about there. And I would look out on the sales and marketing people and administration people.
The young Thomas Power longed for Friday night when he went home to his parents.
I'd get in and I'd explain to my father, you know, how rude he was, how frightening he was, how much he swore at me. And I would, you know, I'd cry and cry and cry in front of my father. Then Sunday night, go back into hell.
And how would you describe yourself as a boss when you were sitting here at your desk?
Very appreciative of efficiency, I think, is the way I'd like to put it.
A lot of people starting the company didn't like the attitude, the aggression, the way the company worked, and left. If people stay long, they tend to stay for life.
Indeed, I came across some Amstrad lifers who had no complaints. What's he been like to work for?
It's been an education, a complete education.
It's very nice, actually. Yeah.
Really nice?
Yeah.
Now that's not a term that we often hear. Really nice.
What can I say? What can I say?
I also met two real live apprentices who are still getting used to Sugar's management style. Does he shout? What does he do? Come on.
Listen, I'm not going to divulge secrets of what goes on. What goes on in the boardroom stays in the boardroom. Just put it this way, the bleep machine would have to be in use in full effect. Thankfully, that's only happened once or twice in the last 2 years or so.
One aspect of Sugar as an employer that has raised hackles is his views on hiring women. Last year, he criticised equal opportunity laws that prevent employers asking women about their plans to have children or their childcare arrangements. In response, Sugar found himself being called a wally, an even Neanderthal man.
Started World War II, and they hauled out Janet Street Porter, you know.
Don't know what he's talking about, Alan Sugar. He's got an old bleat and should get back in his cave.
You know, that nasal hag. An employer should have the right to ask a lady, do you have any intention of having children? Or if you've got children, how about the looking after them? Is that all sorted?
I cannot tell you how insulted I would be if my employer said to me, I just want to check what your childcare arrangements are. Because I would say, you are hiring me to do a job. I've come forward because I believe I can do the job and I'm professional enough to turn up when I have to, just as my husband, you know, if his mother should fall ill or whatever, things should happen in his life, which you're not saying you would ask about.
Your simple answer
you would assume that he's professional enough too.
Your simple answer to that is my childcare arrangements are perfect, they're fine. It's not going to affect my job.
Well, my answer would be it's none of your business, actually.
I'm sick and tired of discussing this subject of women because I am right, absolutely right, and 99% of the women agree with me. Apart from Janet Street Porter, and it appears you also. So you're in good company, although you're much prettier than her, of course.
Sugar has appointed women to senior positions in Amstrad, but his peers aren't surprised he's attracted controversy.
Alan is not a man who is politically correct, to put it mildly. He starts off by having views, and those views tend to be embedded in cement on his relationships. And I won't go through his views, because you can find them out yourself. But some of his views, I think, go back to the Stone Age.
It was on another flight years ago that Sugar sketched the idea for the product that would make his name.
Amstrad's revolutionary new word processor, the PCW8256, takes typing into the 1980s. Make corrections on screen before you print. Store documents on disk to be edited later. And send out personalized mail to all your contacts with one program. The PCW is truly a breakthrough for home and business.
The first Amstrad word processor was extraordinarily successful, one of the most successful, outstanding launches of any new product we had. It just walked off the shelf. So we sold our first 10,000 almost instantly and were screaming for more and more.
The electrical goods chain Dixon's became Amstrad's most important customer.
Overnight, the market expanded, and as a result of which, people like ourselves in the electrical business went into computers in depth and became actually the main outlet for the big consumer market in home computers, driven by Alan's word processor.
The Amstrad 8256, more than a word processor for less than most typewriters.
By 1987, the success of his word processors had made Alan Sugar the 15th richest man in Britain.
That's all right, isn't it?
That's it. Microphone's like that.
Worth an estimated £600 million, he'd acquired a millionaire's hobby.
Your navigator,
Oh,
chief navigator.
I really don't want...
That way up. We're here.
Oh, my God.
Here over there, there's no one on the approach.
Sugar used to fly himself from Essex to his assembly plants around England.
And we're ready to go. We're off.
Up we go.
Traffic. I don't know to them.
With wealth came fame.
He's been called the Arthur Daly of the computer world, but he prefers to be known as its Henry Ford. Welcome the founder of Amstrad, Alan Sugar.
And here we are.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Now it was my turn.
I'll just get the thing set up nicely and see if I can give you your wings. So put your feet on the rudders.
Are you sure this is safe?
Oh, don't worry, you'll be all right.
We've been active in making computers, believe it or not, only for about 3 or 4 years. And even though we have the world or the European market tied up, it's quite an amazing achievement, if I say so myself.
Yeah.
Just hold that stick then.
Sugar has never lacked confidence, but by the late 1980s it seemed there was nothing he couldn't do.
Look how light it is, you see? Yeah. That action pulls us back, and this one pushes us down. No, it's really nothing, look. So, there you go, you have control.
Oh, my God. It's going down. How do I stop it going down?
Slightly back, pull back slightly.
I am rigid.